The students and staff of Warwick Medical School have worked with Moseley Multimedia Limited to create a new immersive interactive training app on facilitator interventions in a case-based learning group session. In the app, you'll sit in 3 scenarios from the session, watching Andrea, the facilitator, face a range of challenging situations to deal with.
Age is 59. Ethnicity is British African.
There are 2 versions of each scenario. In the first version, you'll see what happens when Andrea is uncertain about intervening and makes no interventions.
I can't see how it's relevant to the case. Really.
I don't know. Ethnicity could be like the key thing for this case. Well, men, like statistically, are less likely to go see their GP, I think.
Really?
No, yeah, I think so.
Well, I've not heard that before. Like, I'd go and see a GP if I need to.
In the next version, you'll see the difference it makes when Andrea is more proactive.
I don't know. Ethnicity could be quite a key thing in this case. It's important to consider.
Well, Izzy has a valid point here. Can anyone explain why ethnicity is important in this case?
Well, I think ethnicity and race is actually quite important. I know that when my dad had his illness, it was more likely to affect black men.
At the end of each version, you'll hear the thoughts of Andrea and the students affected.
I thought it was important to highlight the significance of Izzy's suggestions, and I felt like it was the right time for me to interject and encourage the group to reflect on it.
I think it's really important to discuss how race might play a part in these sort of cases. And I was initially quite worried that people would be dismissive of my ideas, but luckily Andrea stepped in and helped direct the conversation, which I found so helpful.
I felt really supported and valued that Andrea picked up on my points about my dad's illness and the way race and ethnicity played a part in it.
The app includes a number of video interviews where students and facilitators share tips and suggestions on the role of facilitators in case-based learning based on their own experiences.
So I think it's really important for a facilitator to have a really balanced approach. So this is where they are listening and engaged in what's going on with the group and the case, but they're not interjecting at all where it's not appropriate, and they're not leading the conversation down a particular path. They're just there to guide if it goes off track.
The first piece of advice for facilitators would be to be observant and a good listener to your groups, no matter whether they're new or more experienced groups, because no group is going to be the same.